How's it going, everybody? We are doing a first look at and review of the new Ertl John Deere 145P, I believe that's the model number, excavator. It's not a mini, it's a medium-sized one, something that you'd see on, regular house jobs in my area. Though I have not seen one of these yet in my area. We're still seeing all of the, older Hitachi-built John Deeres, so I believe this is the next style that's not built by Hitachi. It's a very odd-looking cab. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but we're going to go ahead and open this thing up and do a review of it. All right, so let's go ahead and dive on into this thing. Take a look at the box first. Got a really cool picture on the back of the real machine. Another picture of the real machine on the side, and then the front of the machine. And then on the bottom is just all your information about the, the collector series and everything like that. No info on the real machine, which is kind of sad because you used to see that a lot more. Now you don't see it as much. So let's go ahead and pop it open. This is still an Ertl model. You got to remember that. This is not going to be anything crazy, but it's another small zero tail swing excavator, or reduced tail swing excavator at least. So there it is. Unfortunately, they're still using the zip tie method, so let me get some cutters for that. Flying everywhere. So manufacturers are getting real big into the zero tail swing or reduced tail swing excavators. We've been seeing a lot of them recently. And get this thing out of here. So we got our zip ties, and then here is the model. So in typical Ertl fashion already, we can see that they didn't paint the rivets. I don't know why. I feel like at this point they should know that that's what people want. Maybe they just don't care. I don't know. We do have track covers, which is nice. I don't really see, you don't see that too much with Ertl models, though there is quite a bit of slack, but at least they do roll nice. The blade looks like it's got decent range of movement. I don't think there are any opening compartments on this model. Does not appear to be. And you've got some pretty meh hydraulic lines on it. So let me take a closer look at it and then we'll go over this thing. All right, so I brought out my 315. We'll take a look and compare them in a minute here, but I just want to show you guys the full functionality of this model right here. Obviously, blade goes up, blade does go down. It does go down a little bit below, but nothing really crazy. One thing that I'm actually kind of impressed by is it actually has not a horrible range of motion. And you can see the bucket all the way out, all the way in. The stick goes all the way out and all the way in. The boom actually goes up really far, surprisingly. And it digs. It digs. It does max out the cylinders, which is nice to see from an Ertl model. Like I said, the tracks are a little loose, but they roll real nice. Obviously not going to be this nice smooth surface, but if I put it onto like a cardboard box, they will roll. It still has your chunky handrails like you see on all Ertl models, unfortunately. Plastic, chunky, gross-looking handrails, nothing special there. No opening compartments, nothing of that sort, as you can see. Full 360, obviously it spins 360. There's a little bit of detail inside the cab, but I mean, look at the sticks, look at the control sticks, like for your tracks. I mean, that's pitiful. Is this 1995? I mean, that's horrible. The interior on this thing is just really pretty bad. You do have a seat, and you do have joysticks and all that stuff, but I mean, it's just pretty primitive. Something I feel like I don't know if I don't have it in here, but like the 200 DLCs probably had better detail, I feel. As far as the hydraulic lines go, I mean, they're here. You do get hydraulic lines to your boom cylinders. And then it's got like this thing, which I guess would be proper, but then the one set of hydraulic lines that come right out of the body just up to this cylinder, which is interesting. That could be the way they do it in real life. It's just I've never seen one like that. Like I said, I've never seen this newer style John Deere yet. It does have 3-port auxiliaries on the boom, which is pretty cool. That means you could run a thumb and a hammer and like a, you know, hydraulic quick coupler, so that's pretty neat. And it's, you know, on both sides, so that's detailed very nicely. We do have the full hydraulic lines going out there, but that's about it. There is a couple of nice lights on the boom here, and then of course a couple nice lights on the, can't see it, on the cab. And that's about it. I assume these are reflectors back here, obviously your exhaust, and then there's a little green cap for where your diesel goes, and that's kind of about it. Some nice textured steps leading up to it, but again, chunky, floppy handrail, not my favorite. So interesting. It's an interesting model to say the least. Now let's go ahead and compare it with 315. All right, for those of you who don't know, the 315 is a die-cast masters model that's been out for a little while now, and I think it's one of the greatest next-gen excavators that die-cast masters has made. I also really like the 308s and 309s, but the 315 is just really awesome. So for you guys wondering, this coupler and this bucket are off of the 164th 320F or E, I don't totally remember. So I have like a hammer and all kinds of cool attachments with it. So this model here is not that much more than this one. I'll have to look and put it in post how much I paid for this one. Actually, I'll just check. So one big issue that I have with the Ertl 145 is that this was $80. It was like 75 to 80 bucks, whereas you can get this cat for like 95, and you can get a black one, which is super cool, for just a little bit more than that. The detail on this one is amazing. So we actually have tensioned tracks, unlike the 145. You can't really see it, but tension tracks, so they're not all slack. Way more range of motion on the front blade. You also have a multitude of awesome opening compartments that actually look really, really good on this model. One on each side there, and then one on top to get top access to the motor. Full metal handrails that are actually to scale. They're not floppy, and they're actually a nice size. You still get, like, you know, the exhaust detail and all that stuff. I've obviously tinted the windows on mine. I think I glued the top on. I did, but I can guarantee you, actually the door opens. I can get it open. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but it's a way, way better detailed interior. You can kind of see the sticks right here. Let me see if I get my flashlight out, if that'll help any. See them in there? They're like nicely scaled. Everything is good on that. Also opening door, which is pretty sweet. And then full range of movement, goes all the way back. This is just slightly past a zero tail swing, but it'll stay in its own footprint pretty well, as you can see. So it goes all the way back. It digs insanely deep, and then obviously pretty much full range of motion on everything. The stick still has a little bit left over, but it pulls in amazing, and the bucket curls in amazing as well. So overall, for an extra 20 bucks, you're getting a much nicer machine over the 145P here. It's also just not as nice looking, in my opinion. I just think the cab on the new Deeres are just, I don't like the next gen excavators, to be honest, but I really don't like that new cab. You can kind of see just how much tighter and more compact our 315 is here over the 145P. So all in all, I'm not totally sold on this model yet, though I do think it's one of Ertl's nicest excavators that they've released to date. I still think, obviously, like the 450s and all those were really awesome, but some of the other ones have just kind of lacked. I didn't really like the 345. I didn't really like the 870, but this one's actually seems pretty decent. There's this great new thing that these companies are doing, where they're releasing zero tail swing or reduced tail swing excavators, because we have plenty of them now, and it's just awesome. Because back in the day, you know, in the early days of collecting, everybody was cutting down their machines to make them zero tail swings, and now we're getting them all made, you know, right from the factory, which is really awesome. So I will end up playing around with this thing a little bit, I'm sure, maybe trying to find a coupler setup for it and some buckets, but all in all, don't buy this thing. If you're a die-hard Deere guy, you like the way it looks, go for it. If you're looking for something for functionality and just overall a better bang for your buck, just go for the 315, or I've had the little link belt 145s as well, just like this one, but smaller. Those are amazing models as well. And I honestly think right now the link belt 145 is $75, so it's the same price as this one, and it's incredibly well built and incredibly detailed. It is just kind of hard these days to beat Diecast Masters. They're making just so many models, and they're really good quality metal handrails, everything. So I don't know, I'm not a huge cat guy, honestly, but they just have the best models right now. So there you guys go. Just wanted to do YouTube's first review and unboxing of the 145P. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.